Hello, everybody. Welcome to Pearls of Wisdom. I have right now a very special request, and this request is also mirroring a few things that I see what is happening around me, and I see the struggles of several people and how um, some people do understand that they are here for a reason, but still don't understand many things that are coming up in their life in the moment that are really massive struggles. So let me explain a few things here. Why do we struggle? First of all, we have to look at the situation of the time we are in right now. Most of you probably know that we are in a massive shift of energies that is happening right now, that we are moving in a complete different frequency. And I don't want to talk about dimensions. This is kind of a little bit difficult to explain because many say something different. So just look at the consciousness levels. I love to explain the consciousness levels as like the people who are really stuck in fear, that are really stuck in the old paradigm and cannot move out. This is a consciousness level, like I used the degree centigrade. 0 degree is below what 0 degrees frozen. So we have a lot of people who are they're just frozen. They cannot act or they cannot understand. This is cognitive dissonance. They can just not see what is happening. And these people you cannot reach. There is no way that you can do something. But then we have, like, when the water is warming up, this you can imagine, that is our consciousness, our emotional body, mental body, that is growing up to finally the point of 100 degree, where the boiling point is where the water evaporates. And what is also clear here is, like, the water never vanishes. And that's the same with us. We never vanish. We have no beginning, we have no end. We are part of the divine is part of us, whatever you want to name it. So when we came into this lifetime, in this shift, like where the consciousness level is shifting, this is why we did not have a big catastrophe around the 2012 threshold, because humanity's consciousness level has risen to a point where there is another transition possible. But that's not much easier, let's put it that way. So a lot of people struggle right now. So let me outline. First of all, there are a lot of people who are incarnated in a moment because they want to ascend into a higher consciousness level and not stay in that low, violent, controlling kind of issue situation, to be victim. So they have chosen to clear karma that is still weighting them down. We have in this time a possibility to drop the karma. And how to do that? I was asked that before. It is like, once you look at the karma that you still have, and in the situation around you will reflect the karma to you, so that you can handle it. So the moment, you don't have to do much anymore, like to pay back or whatever you want to call it, but you have to look at it. So you know the saying, what you resist persists, what you look at disappears. And that's exactly what is happening. So when I come into this lifetime and I have still a lot of unfinished business and karma, it will come to me because I asked for it before I incarnated. So that might see that, for example, people cheat me for money. This is a very often happening thing. So you might have in a previous life cheated money before, or you've been a rich person who have gathered money or whatever you did. So whenever is somebody in your life coming, cheat you for money or cheat you for anything, don't take it personal in that way, with that person is going to cheat me, and fall into the trap of hating that person. That's not going to get you anywhere, because whatever is coming in this lifetime to you now, once you have decided you want to ascend, is what you have to look at, and you have to let it go and forgive. I said, okay, I understand this is happening in my life right now because in a previous past life, I might have cheated people in whatever ways, I don't know now. So I forgive. I know this is difficult. Oh, I know. Believe me, I know. And this is happening in all levels that we see, like karma is coming back to you. Like, for example, in previous lifetimes, you might not have always been a good girl or a good boy. I definitely have not. And I know lifetimes since I did regression therapies for many years, um, myself and other people. So I know that I have, in these dark ages in the past, also belonged to the bad guys at one point. And the reason is not that I am being punished for that, but I had to go into this experience to know what it is. So I could decide with my free will, because remember, we live on a planet of free will, that this is not what I want, that I want to follow the light and I don't want to follow the darkness. And but I still have made karma. And so I need to balance this. So when things are coming, even with attacks, with black magic and things like that into your life, once you remember that, you can handle it in a different way. I have experienced this myself, and I know people who are experiencing this. So one of the easiest way to reflect things like that is the mirror magic. You buy little mirrors, you know, just like little ones like this that fit into a hand, and then you can write on the mirror itself, on the back on the mirror, may all the negative or violent or whatever energies go back to the person who sent it to me, and you can add tenfold, hundredfold, whatever you feel like you want to write. So you put that on strategic places around your property, your house, above your door or whatever, so that negative energies that are being sent to you are going back. And what you also do is, like, you can say something like, whoever is doing negative energy to me, I forgive you, and I let it go. Just something like that. You find your own wording. You might know who it is, you might not know who it is. It doesn't really matter. And another thing is, what I see now in the moment is, you know, there's a lot of struggle. You see how everything is becoming tighter and tighter and tighter. And there is hardly anything we can get out of it anymore. And people struggle about their daily survival. The money is not enough, this is not enough, that is not enough. Remember, if you focus on this, what is not enough, it will get worse. Because again, which wolf do you feed? So if you start to visualize of having enough, or if you need a new job, of having the new job, you need to work with visualization. There are many ways how to do it, and I just can offer you again here that I can send you my little abundance box brochure that I've sent. This is a way how you can manifest that works, and it has worked for many people in all these years. I have written it maybe about 20 years ago or so, and it still works. So if you want to have this, you can send me an email. You can find the link below or in my blog, and I will send you the PDF. So you can study that and work with the rhythm, with the natural rhythm, to manifest your life in a better way. You have to understand that you are only confronted with things that you have chosen to be confronted with. There will be nothing coming into your life that you have not agreed to at one point before. Many of the so-called light workers are here to help. That is not even their karma, that is negative in the past. But many of us have been negative. And I remember I was still quite young and new in that whole scene when somebody said, I have a very, very dark shadow. And I was very worried about that. What the heck? And then another guy said to laugh and said, of course, you have a very bright light, so you have a dark shadow. And that helped me really to understand a lot again about the polarity that we live in. You know, you can choose polarity or duality. If you choose duality, then it's good and bad. If you choose polarity, it's yin and yang, breathing in, breathing out. We are here in polarity, otherwise we would not exist. So we move beyond duality, which is about beyond judgment, and realize that whatever we have, that this is manifesting on the planet in our life, and this is coming towards you. So I have faced very, very dark things in my life, and I have learned that I move beyond it because darkness doesn't really exist. It's just the absence of light. There is no polarity between actually dark and light. It is like the different parts side of the same coin, because one is the light, and then we have a transition, like you see when the day is over, we have a muddy transition into the night, and in the morning we have a transition again into the day. So this is the frame where we live in. And this will help us once we understand that. Whatever happened in the outside, what's coming towards us is something that we have called forth at one point. And very often, before we incarnate, we lay out our lives. And that is the curriculum of life that we can see in the astrology of the real star constellation. That is a curriculum and has nothing to do with who you are. So all the I am statements in astrology are they're not valid. It's kind of blah blah, but you are not, because you are you. You are a divine being. You're a divine being having a human experience, and the curriculum is very clearly visible in your astrology chart. So if people struggle with their daily life, then you are not in harmony with your life path. That means whatever is happening in your life, you either don't look at it, you resist it, or you just try to walk away. But you can't, because see, for example, if I go here into the airplane and I book a flight from, say, here, I go to Bangkok and I fly back to Europe, and I say I book Paris. Once I'm in the airplane, I cannot get out. I have to finish that flight, otherwise it's deadly. And this is what most people don't understand. When you have incarnated, when you have chosen that life, you went on that airplane and you have chosen your destiny. And there is no way out in between unless you leave that body, what we call you die, and you move on. So what you have chosen is that everything, what is still in your way of ascension, will come into your life, so you can resolve it, you can let it go. So once you look at it, you acknowledge it, you let go, you forgive yourself, you forgive the others, and you can even say something like, I know that this is symbolic karma. It has nothing to do with you as a personality, but you have chosen to play that role to teach me something. This is difficult. Oh, I know. Believe me, I know. And this is the only way to get out of it. The only way. I have struggled with that a lot. Since I don't struggle anymore, my life is more or less smooth. I still have my struggles every day, like, things, daily things that happen, but I feel at peace with it. And it is easy to get there once you just accept that things are happening. Wait a second, my phone. Come on, stop it. Okay, I can call back later. So this is more or less what I really want to say. Please don't fall into the victim mode. This is the worst what you can do, to fall into victim mode. And once you feel as a victim, you become more and more and more a victim of whatever is happening. The step out is to acknowledge your divine power, your divine existence. I am a divine being having a human experience. I take back my power and I face everything what I have in my life right now. Believe me, you have not chosen a life that you knew in advance, oh, I'm not going to make it. No, you knew that you can make it. It was clear. But when you still were out of this body and you look down at the whole situation here and you look at the curriculum of your life, you say, yes, I can do that. You have done that. So go back to this yes. Stop with no, stop with resisting, stop with all that struggle outside, and know you can do it. You have incarnated in this time now to ascend into a higher consciousness, into a higher timeline without all that struggle and violence that we still have. But we have to let go of the unfinished business. We cannot go there with a backpack. So once you let go that backpack, and again, what I do every morning, I go walk with my dogs. I go barefoot in my garden. I make the walk. I greet Mother Earth. I greet Father Sun. And then I ask my entourage, my guides, to be with me today, to help me to understand what I have to do. Please tell me what I need to know, protect me, guide me. And I give gratitude to all the beings that are with me, including ancestors. And that helps me to go through the day. And when I need to know something, when I need to understand something, what I often do is something what really helps. It's like I close my eyes, I take a few breaths, and I put my fingers here on my forehead. And this is kind of a sign, okay, now I need the input. And I just be very quiet for a moment, even if it does not come in the moment. I just let go and I move on, and suddenly it comes as an idea or as a phone call, for example, or whatever it is, comes, and then it's very clear what is this all about. So I encourage you, please do not give up. Please don't take those struggles personally. The only thing what you have to take personal is the lesson behind it, but not who is the teacher outside. Once you do that, you will be in a very, very much better position and will be able to go forward with much less struggle. I hope I answered the questions of those who sent me requests and questions. Otherwise, please go ahead and send more questions. I will be happy to answer them. Thank you for listening, and I wish you less. No, I cannot say that way. I wish you a good life and a good recognition of what struggles really are, so you can move beyond. Okay, I see you in my next Pearl of Wisdom video, or maybe what is it, the next moon reading. It's coming soon again. I completely lost in time, so anyway, forgive me about that. Bye bye for now.